yoga. Just walked past two parents with two mothers with their prams, and I overheard the mothers speaking. One of them was saying to the other mother, her son keeps saying that he hasn't got anyone to play with at school. He's got no friends, that he feels like he doesn't belong there. It's just like, wow. I wanted to just jump in and say, oh my God, your son's a chosen one. Oh my God, your son's empath. He's a soul, hallelujah. I didn't say anything because they'll look at me like I'm crazy, that's for one. I am a little bit crazy. But anyway, sometimes it's not our place to do that. It's not our place to force an awakening. It's not our place to prevent suffering. Sometimes there's a lesson in the suffering. Sometimes there's a hardening, there's a growing in the pain. Iron sharpens iron. But if you have a child that has these kind of stories, these lessons, and they're saying what they're saying, you need to really listen to them. In a world full of demonic entities, in a world full of beings without souls, in a world full of cluster B personality types, maladaptive, mental disorders. Being soul, being an empath, is the irregularity. Being real, being truth, representing righteousness, is the one that is left out. It's the one that is the stuck out one. It's the one that's bullied. It's the one that's targeted. It's the black sheep. Ends up being the scapegoat. Ends up being fired from work. Being evicted from their home. Being not in the cool group. Being set up. Honey traps to give you STDs. Find some kind of weakness that you may have. Exploit it. Use you. Use your talents. Make money from you. Lie to you. Exploit everything that you have. Use to turn people against you. Gang up against you. All of that. All of the above. Anyway. Also, these last few days I've been in around many children that are neurodivergent. I'm on the spectrum to some extent, but I've been around children that are very high on the autism spectrum. It could be autism, it could be ADHD, it could be any way of looking at the world that may seem as not your brain not working the way that a normal brain would work, if that's how you say it. You can just tell on how you can get sometimes they call it, is it openness to experience? So in your mind you're able to create vivid pictures. You're able to have moments of deep focus. Sometimes you'll be able to do something that most people find extremely difficult, yet at the same time things that are really like small or may come across boring, or some repetitive task that you need to do, you fight to focus on it. Yet you can write the most beautiful story, you can write a beautiful symphony, you can create the most intricate music patterns, programming styles, hear the sample in a 70s record, hear the one instrument that sticks out, hear this specific effects that will bring something to life. Your brain just works in a very peculiar way, understanding numbers, interested in how the mind works, memory, a very strange type of memory where you may just remember the size of tools, remember the size of the nuts, the screws, remember, how to get places, certain routes. You're able to see someone's face one time and remember them in different situations. When you see them again dressed differently, you can remember how the outline of a skyline is. You remember the fine details, the fine print in a contract, and you just keep going over it in your mind. You talk to yourself constantly. You remember all the voices in your head are not yours. You could do a repetitive task with your hands, and after doing the task 3 times, even if you don't actually understand what you're doing, your hands will have muscle memory to be able to complete those movements over and over again without knowing what you're doing, and yet it works. There are some exercise movements that I try and do on a daily basis, to the point that the exercise movements have become a part of my identity. So if I don't do those exercise movements, I don't feel like I'm me. But it's nothing to do with the exercise movements. It's the way that my brain has created these cards, these slots. And if the slots are empty, it feels like something is missing. There were times of positional understanding the position of certain moves and timing and rhythm. And sometimes you can forget these things when you don't practice them. But I do know that if I do practice them, there's a real sense of allowing, there's a real sense of being, there's a real sense of feeling at home, there's a real sense of relaxation which comes over me when I'm doing those things. If you're a chef, there will be certain thickness of slices that you may use with a knife, certain strokes, certain ways of certain cuts, how you cut different types of ingredients, and the hand movement will be very specific for the thickness and the texture of what you're doing. This will be something that will be ingrained in your mind. Rest assured that being different isn't wrong. Being neurodivergent isn't wrong. Being on certain spectrums isn't wrong. Having or being a certain way in how you understand the world isn't wrong. Whether that be through colours, whether it be through sounds, whether it be via specific movements, strokes, hand movements, feet placements, the memory, the numbers, words, faces, places and spaces. It's not wrong. It may not be the norm, may not be accepted. But if you feel like you're comfortable, if you feel relaxed, you feel that you are indeed allowing and just at rest and you're at peace in whichever topic or whichever subject which I may have mentioned or I may not have mentioned, know that this may be included as one of your gifts, and hopefully you can find purpose in that, which will bring you great abundance. And with that, keep moving forward in a positive way.